Hey, Scorpios. How y'all doing? Welcome to the Crow Tarot. We're going to be doing your first half of April general reading here. We're going to start off with some animal energy, but of course, like I like to do, and then we'll get right into the tarot. All right. Let's see what's going on for my Scorpios for first half of April. Please and thank you. Ooh, I like it. Okay. So we've got the horse here. Yes, hello, horse energy. So horses are, largely about freedom, but it's not that kind of freedom where it's like, I'm allergic to commitment. I just want to be free. It's not like that. It's kind of like, where if, when someone has true freedom, when the horse has true freedom, because the horse is really about, serving others. It's a service animal, right? And the horse knows that if it truly has that freedom, it will always come back to you, type of deal. It's that sand thing. If you hold the sand like this in your hand, you'll retain it. But if you hold on too tight, it'll slip right through your hand. That's exactly what this is. Now, the horse is also about adventure. It's also about intuition. I do feel like this is saying that your intuition might be heightened at this time, but also they're drawing my attention to the moon on this horse's forehead here. We just had the supermoon. Yes, we did, which was intense, especially, and then also the Mercury in retrograde was especially intense for water signs, or anyone who has like a lot of water in their chart, right? Like me, I'm a Scorpio moon, right? And I feel like, this supermoon had a very transformative, it was kind of like a wake-up call for you guys. I feel like it had a transformative effect, right? I feel like you guys have, maybe really saw things that you felt, were constricting you. And I don't even know if you knew that they were the source of you feeling trapped or constricted or confined in some way. But I feel like you were able to see it really clearly in that moon's influence. Okay? And now you're able to take steps towards your own personal freedom, autonomy. Really, this is also about individuality. Also, you may be really focused on what makes you individually powerful or special or what have you. I'm also hearing a mind, body, spirit connection for you guys. If you're watching this and your mind, body, and spirit haven't been given due time or effort, this is a call to really do that. And I say that because I've never noticed this before, but there's some braids here. I don't know if you can really see that, but there's some braids here in this horse's mane. Yes, working braids. But sometimes, horses are also about spirituality and going to other realms as well. I do feel like some of you watching this are very, very intuitive, which makes sense. Scorpios, very, 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 almost frighteningly intuitive, right? At the very least, you're an empath where you feel others' feelings as your own, right? But there's something here. You might have been placing a lot of emphasis, just for example, on your mind and your body, right? And then the spiritual, you're like, I meditated 5 minutes once this week. I think I'm good though. Or it could be the other way around. Your mind and your spirit you've been really working on, and then your body, it's kind of like, excuse me. You know what I mean? Can we at least like take a long walk or something? Like keep it moving, right? And the horse is at its best when it's active, okay? I just felt the need to say that, okay? All right, let's get some tarot. This horse is just like very ripe with messages. And I do feel like some of you might be traveling here too. I'm hearing vacation. Some of you might really be thinking about taking like a early vacation, and I say early because a lot of the times people will vacation in summer, what have you, but I'm hearing you might be really called to take a little spring vacation. Okay, because I do feel like you guys have had your nose to the grindstone doing a lot of work, and I'm hearing to really balance that with play. Because sometimes your best ideas, or direction or clarity around things come to you when you are blissfully doing nothing. And I mean just like following, wherever your impulses lead, just being spontaneous, right? Go a roaming is what I'm hearing, okay? Okay. Let's see what's going on for my Scorpios. First half of April. What's going on for my Scorpios here? Oh, hello, Emperor. Hello, divine masculine energy. That's what it is. So guess what? The Emperor's really good at working. Really good at working. Really good work. The Emperor is a boss energy. But here's the thing. The Emperor also knows when it's time to retire, and I mean like retire for the day or whatever have you, to sit back and really enjoy one's bounty, right? What's the point in doing good work if you can't sit back and recognize it and enjoy it, right? The Emperor is about, we have the Emperor and the Empress, right? So the Emperor is a very masculine energy. It's about giving, providing, doing, right? The Empress is about, receiving and all that good stuff. So I absolutely feel like you've been doing a lot of work, right? And possibly even work that you're really proud of or that's really aligned with your soul purpose. I do feel like some of you may be doing spiritual work as well, because the horse is a very spiritual animal. Absolutely. Okay, and you could also be doing work that's in the service of others somehow. You could be a counselor. You could also just be a really good listener to your friends or whatever. You could be a working intuitive where you're helping others with your intuitive gifts, whatever have you. Okay, let's get some more. What else is going on for my Scorpios for first half of April? Oh my God. 2 major arcanas in a row. That's what's going on, Scorpio. That's what it is. You got the Magician here. This is really, really recognizing, understanding, and embracing that we have everything that we need within and around us and in our team, right? To manifest the reality that we prefer as it is in alignment with our higher soul's purpose. As above, so below. This is also an active masculine energy. We have the 2 G's in the tarot right here. We have the Emperor and the Magician. That's what it is. These two together, you are stepping into your power in a way that is astounding, darling. Just astounding. I'm completely obsessed with this. I really, really am. They're drawing my attention to these red flowers here. Oh my God, that's so weird. They just drew my attention to something. Okay, there might be something that you've been sitting on for a while, thinking about doing. There might be something that you've been thinking about doing. This can involve a person, a job change, ask for a promotion. You could be thinking about moving, or again, taking that early vacation or whatever have you. There's something that you've been thinking about doing or moving towards, and you haven't quite taken the steps before now, and now you're like, oh, I'ma do it. I can't believe you got the, well, I can believe it, you're Scorpio, but I mean the Emperor and the Magician? What? Oh my God. Let's get another one for my Scorpios here. I'm completely, King of Swords. This is a very masculine reading, my loves. Masculine energy, which is just another way of saying, like I said, it's very active, okay? Forward, productive. King of Swords, look at this King of Swords looking all regal with the crown and stuff. That's what it is. Let me tell you something. The King of Swords is a human lie detector, okay? As is the Queen of Swords, but what is different, about the King versus the Queen of Swords is that the King is a human lie detector, but it doesn't feel the need to speak up about it right away and be like, oh, really? Actually, you're lying. That's a mistruth. Your little pinger goes off, like ping, 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 when someone is telling him his truth. I brought up empaths too. Some of you could really be empaths. Empaths are also human lie detectors, okay? But the King just takes the information and stores it away for another day. It's like that silent knowing, you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, okay, I see you, right? But it doesn't feel the need to combat or have a quick retort or point anything out in that way, right? Just like I see and I feel what is, but I don't feel the need to announce everything that I know and have going on. And in a way, he knows how to keep his cards close to his chest type deal, right? But you guys are in your power. I mean, the Emperor, the Magician, and the King of Swords, I feel like you guys have really been through a lot. where you had to clear out a lot of what wasn't working. This may have involved people, places, things, any and everything, right? To make room for these major mega energies. It really feels like you're coming into a place of like, there's no more indecision. It just feels like you guys, I just split the deck and got King of Swords here again. It really feels like you guys are in a place where it's like, no, I'm not wondering anymore. I was just saying this in the Sagittarius reading. You know, a Scorpio who is in alignment does not fear the unknown. A Scorpio out of alignment would prefer to take 2 steps backward to avoid taking 1 step forward into the unknown. You guys are out of that. You guys are in alignment. That's what it is. Let's get a clarifier for the Emperor. Please and thank you. Clarifier for the Emperor. I cannot. The Moon. This is just all of the major arcanas. Yes. The Moon. What does the Moon represent? The unknown. I was just talking about this. Right? The unknown. The fact that it's clarifying the Emperor here, remember when I said you're coming to a place where it's like, I'm not really fearing the unknown anymore because I understand that as a Scorpio, as intuitive as I am, as much of a human lie detector as I am, that I can actually find the most freedom within the unknown because it releases me from the responsibility of having to know what to do next at all times. It allows you to be in the moment. When you embrace the unknown, you're able to be in the moment in a way that is so almost supernaturally special. Seriously. But as humans, it's like, you know, we learn that, you know, it's better to know things, you know. Oh, we don't want to be in the unknown. There's a lot of fear in that. What if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? And this is also what I love about the Fool card as well in the Tarot. It's that forging into the unknown, just, you know, happy as can be because you've never known hurt before and you don't know to expect trouble down the road. You're just happy to be here. You know what I mean? But you're in your power, and I feel like you have really, really, really moved out of a place of fearing the unknown and feeling unsure, where you're finally in this place where you're like, you know what? I'm finally in a King of Swords and Magician and Emperor energy where I embrace the unknown and I'm allowing it to work for me. Remember how I said you guys had a very transformative moon here? I want to point to, I mean, again, the moon here, look, waxing and waning, right? And if you bring them together, it ain't gonna work for me, but it would be a whole moon. This moon was serious, but it had this beautiful transformative effect, and I just, oh, Scorpios, you are killing it. Okay. Clarify for the Magician. Please and thank you. Really? King of Cups. Hey, Kings. This is like, like major G energy here. You've got 2 kings. You've got 3 major arcanas. This is insane. Okay, commentary later. Get to it. Okay, so the King of Cups is absolutely beautiful as it's clarifying the Magician, because this moon, and it keep bringing me back to this moon, the super moon that we just had. I really feel like what it did was, you know, the King of Cups allows his emotions to work for him, to help him contextualize his external given circumstances. That's what it is. You are finally, and I say finally like no shade finally, but like I just feel the need to say this. You are finally in a place where you realize the power of letting your emotions, because you are deep feelers and you're deeply psychic, allowing these to work for you. You've recognized your own superpowers. You have recognized your own superpowers. I just got chills. Like, that's what this is. This is like a take no prisoners, I'ma do me. And I'm actually embracing the gifts that I have that I was previously afraid of. And now I'm just like, let's get it. Some of you may have, you know, I think a lot of you, and this is coming up a lot, because the horse does represent traveling to other realms. It does, spiritually, psychically, whatever have you. If any of you watching this are quite aware that you have some psychic proclivities or whatever have you, a little side note, I truly believe that everyone is psychic, just to varying degrees based on how much work you put into it. along with other factors, right? Some people are born with a lot of psychic gifts that they inherited down the bloodline. Others have, you know, intuition inherently, but they need to work at it more. It's that type of deal, but everybody is psychic, right? I'm really feeling for those of you who are watching this, you are really, you know, who are like, yeah, I might be psychic, or I might, you know, sometimes I have dreams and then they're prophetic and then it actually happens. Or sometimes I know when someone's going to call me before they do. Even little things like that. You're really being called to really step more into that world, because I'm telling you, as Scorpios, you are one of the most psychic signs in the entire zodiac. You are. Okay? And I really feel like you're being called. I think you're figuring that out now. You're like, oh, I'm gonna let this work for me. I am going to work within this instead of just allowing things to happen to me. Right? You're really being a co-creator of your own reality. That's what it is. You're being a co-creator of your own reality. I'm completely obsessed with it for you. Let's get a clarifier for this King of Swords, please. All right. So we got the Two of Pentacles, right? Options, choicing. Options, choices, right? This is optionality, is what I'm getting here. Optionality, because it's clarifying the King of Swords. Remember how I said that the King of Swords doesn't feel the need to clap back, right? It's like a very silent like energy here in my opinion, whereas the Queen of Swords is not, right? But this is a very silent, knowing, Yoda kind of energy, a little bit, just a little bit. You may be in circumstances, situations, this can involve a romantic partner, work, whatever, you may have clients, whatever have you, where you may be like, should I say this? Should I express this truth? Because as Scorpios, sometimes you're privy to information about other people before they are. And then you're like, oh, should I like say this out loud, or should I let them figure it out themselves? Ooh, I just got a truth chill, honey. I did. So I'm hearing discernment. Please use your discernment, because you are in a very powerful energy right now where it feels like you have the world on a string in a good way. Discernment, a lesson around discernment is going to be coming up for you, and how you respond to that is going to directly influence you in some rather important way. And it feels karmic. It's almost like this is a lesson that you're meant to learn. Now that you're in your power, you can actually, this is a great, you know, like lesson to have. You know, you're not getting any lessons around abundance. You've got that, because this is major abundance energy. It could even been surprising, all the abundance that you've been receiving. There could even be there were issues of self-worth around this, like, am I worthy of this, or would I ever have you? But that's gone. Bye. You know, bye, Felipe. You know that you're worthy of all these things, and so now you're being called to use discernment. And just because you know things about someone or something or whatever have you, doesn't mean you have to speak up about it. But then there are also times when it is in your best and their highest and best good to say something. If you see something, say something. So this is about balancing, knowing when to use your words and your insights and your gifts. Okay? That's what it is. I do want to get an oracle, but Scorpio, I might have to say, I think this is the most, like, I don't even know the adjective here, but it's almost as though this is the most empowered, optimistic, straight baller reading I think I've ever done for y'all. I do. And I like that it's about you. I love, actually, that it's about you. Because I feel like a lot of your readings have been about people, you know, that you're dealing with, and this is about you, and I'm completely obsessed with that. And that's why I don't do specific love readings on this channel. If it comes up, I speak on it, but I like to keep it about the whole, and whatever comes up, right? I love this for you guys. Oh my God. Spring equinox, rebirth. Do you remember when I pointed out these red flowers here in this card? I was really thinking about spring and drawn to the springtime here. Rebirth, darlings. And yes, we just had this. Oh my God. Duh. Okay, so the supermoon actually fell on the same day as the spring equinox. It did. It was on the same day. I feel like this is again affirming that that was a very transformative moon. Anything that you realized or healed around that moon and under its influence, you were right on to do. You know, this is coming up too, I feel, to say, like, if you're unsure about the, you know, oh, it was just the moon, that wasn't really coming up for me, or that wasn't really a right direction. No, that moon maybe influenced you more than you even realized for some of you. But I feel like a lot of you were like, yeah, girl, that was the moon of all moons, honey. Right? This is your time. Rebirth. Fertile. Fertility. You know, this is Ostara here, right? Goddess of fertility. The rabbit feels very... And the owl. And the moth. I feel like the owl, you can see it a little bit here, it's like a great horned owl, is talking about using discernment as to whether to, knowing when to speak up and when not to speak up. I feel like the rabbit is coming in here to say that you're about to experience a lot of newness. You might even be finding romantic partners during this time, or rebirth of a romantic situation, because rabbits, again, represent fertility. Also, we have Easter coming up. We just had Ostara. I'm obsessed. And the moth here too speaks of transformation and going from one state of being to another. So there's just a lot of newness here, but this is really grounded energy. This is not transient. This isn't getting to this place and then falling off the wagon and repeating a cycle. This truly, I feel like you guys, I hate to say it this way, but it's like you're winning. I'm so articulate. Like you're winning in a big way. And I just want to say props to you. Like, I'll have what you're having. You know what I mean? Like, this is beautiful. With that being said, Scorpios, I so hope that this was of help to you. I really hope this one resonated with you, okay? I really do. You know, if it didn't, it was, and you'd like a little more insight into this, I am still available for personal readings. All that info is in the About Me section. And with that being said, I just want to thank y'all again so much for being here, my Scorpios. And thank you for watching. I really, really appreciate you guys being here more than I could ever say or not say. And thank you for being you, okay? And be well. Until next time.